This week on Talk of the Town, we highlight Bear River High School's first ever Media Day. Connie Archibald, with a Citizen's Take, chats with Police Chief Cordova about the Tremonton Garland Police Department, and Mayor Holmgren talks construction.
It's a real honor for me to interview or to visit with Chief Cordova today. I've observed that the Chief of Tremonton Garland Police Department is highly engaged in what I call community-oriented policing. And he's also an individual that it has increased the department's community presence in our community. In the past few years, the officers have participated in a friendly lemonade stand competition between Brigham City Department and our own department, the Tremonton Garland Police Department. Tell us a little bit about this contest.
It has just concluded at the end of July. The final results were 36, and I want to say Brigham had 17, so we doubled the numbers, close to doubled the numbers. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but we won, which is all that really matters. It was a lot of fun. It's a friendly rivalry, and the history of this is it actually started last year, and Brigham has a good community-oriented police officer, and she thought it'd be a great idea, get us out interacting with our community members. Okay. And everybody had assumed Brigham would win because it's a bigger city, more population, more opportunities. But I think it speaks volumes of how much our cops really love our community members, and they take it very serious, and they're out there doing twice the numbers, even though they're kind of the underdogs. So it's been great, a very positive thing, and we hope to keep it going.
So how does that look? So the police officers are obviously canvassing their city.
Sure.
And they run across a lemonade stand.
Yeah.
So they just pull up and buy lemonade? How does that work?
Yeah, so I guess to understand for the public, we get pretty busy, surprisingly, and our guys are running from call to call. And what makes this even more amazing is they made the time to go out and visit with these kids. So maybe after a call, as soon as they handle it, they find out information, and they're sharing this information of stands they see as they're driving through the community, and they make it a point to take the time and find the time to stop, visit, and buy some lemonade and have a treat with the kids, and just support them, because they're trying to be entrepreneurs, and we want to be a part of that. And we also want them to understand that we're just people, and we're part of this community just like them, and we're here for them. So it's been really good.
What is the department doing to prepare for the start of school?
We have school resource officers who will be in the schools, and they kind of work really close with the children as well as the administration staff of the schools. And they keep us in line if there's any growing issues, and then we make adjustments. Actually, it's the slower season once school starts, because a lot of those kids aren't, out getting into mischief and stuff. They're just back in school, and we're just there as part of the support team. But to make sure the schools are safe, we work with other departments. We do constant training on school shooter training, things like that. We work with the administrative staff, the principals, and it's pretty much a team effort. It's really important to us that we keep our schools safe and our kids safe.
Okay. I know over the years, you and I have talked a lot about school safety and about active shooter, as that is something we're concerned about. So I appreciate all of your efforts in educating our teachers, administrators in our schools, so that they know what to do in the case of an active shooter. That's so important. So thank you for making that a priority. Your department has been vigilant in trying to save the community's money, saving that tax dollar. And you've spent a lot of time applying for grants. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing currently, and maybe a report on past grants.
We're continuing to look for those opportunities and apply for them. I think there's a huge misunderstanding in our community of what grants are actually like. And the reality is it's a ton of work. You have to apply for multiple. I've probably applied for over 10 grants and maybe got 2. And that's every single year. It requires a tremendous amount of paperwork, a lot of statistical data, and then you're also applying against multiple other departments with far more resources. I mean, a lot of these larger departments have a dedicated group of people that just do grants. So it could be really competitive, and the government, to make things a little bit more challenging, they consider, I want to say it's any agency that's below 150 officers to be a small rural police department, which, as we know, just isn't the case, right? So we put our effort into it, and it's been pretty fruitful. One of the grants we were able to obtain is actually related to school safety, and we were awarded about $150,000. We're starting to see the fruits of that. Last month I had received over $30,000 from the Department of Justice. And right now, my main focus is to manage that program, make sure I'm providing the government with the data that they're requesting, and that we're implementing that school safety program effectively. So a good portion of my time goes to managing that grant, but it's paying off, and it helps us as taxpayers reduce the cost.
What's happening in our schools because of that grant?
So in our schools, it's just increasing the education. The program's called Safe Dates. And essentially what it does is it gives our children an education on how to not become a victim of sexual crime or sexual violence. A lot of the data that we submitted showed a climbing trend there. And my goal as chief, and our goal as a department, is to see that decrease and actually become one of the lower areas in hopefully the state of Utah, but definitely in Box Elder County. And we think it starts with education. This has scientific evidence that it works with other police departments, and we've integrated it pretty well. We have the full support of the school, and it's been really positive, and I'm hoping to see some data in the future that shows that it's been a success.
So what else would you like the citizens to know about the police department? What else is happening in the police department that you think maybe the citizens might be interested in?
So I'd say, if I had to encompass it, I'd say the mindset of our officers. Our department has a motto, and it's standing together for a safer tomorrow. And what we mean by that is we want to be one with our community. It was Sir Robert Peel who said, the police are the community and the community are the police. We believe that. And that's why we're out there, and we're interacting with people, and we're giving people warnings over tickets, and we're educating people. We really want to make a positive impact. And for the people that are out here, committing crimes and doing bad things, that's our number one priority. And to them, I would just say, we're going to find you, and we're going to bring you to justice if that's what's going on. Because the vision we have as a police department is a positive relationship with our community, and we want Tremonton Garland to be a place to raise a family and where people feel safe going out at night, and we're working hard to see that happen and continue to see that happen, because it really is a great place to live.
Officer Jorgensen, so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about what your favorite part is about being a police officer.
My favorite part about being a police officer is that it just changes daily. It can go from calls of service to being as proactive as I want to be, whether it's working on a case that we have, or getting out and talking to the community like the Lemonade Stand Challenge, or looking at warrants and drug cases and stuff. So that's the most exciting part for me.
What motivates you?
Just trying to make a better impact. That's why I got into law enforcement, was just trying to make somebody's really crappy day be better.
Recently you received an award.
I did.
Tell me about that. And that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was definitely unexpected. Chief put me in for the award. Didn't even think of it as a goal to even achieve, and I guess people thought I deserved it. So
tell us about that. What did they award you?
I got Officer of the Year award for the rural police departments in Utah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where was that awarded?
It was awarded down in St. George at the Utah Chief's Office.
Chief of Police Association.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Chief of Police Association Conference.
So if I were to talk to some of the police officers in your department, or I were to talk to the chief, which I'll do in a few minutes, what would they say about you? Why did you receive that award? What is it about you? What are some of your personal gifts?
I guess if I would have to think in their mind, it'd probably be that I just don't let an investigation go. I fight it till the end, till there's nothing left to go off of. So I think that's my biggest thing is I don't like just seeing a case be handed off. I like to see it either have some kind of conclusion.
Okay, so you're thorough.
I just try and help everybody. I got privileged with very, very good mentors early on in my career, and so I just want to pass that forward and just have our new officers learn what I got the privilege of learning, and hopefully just create a better atmosphere and positivity, and just remember that this is a good job to have, not just our bad days.
So those mentors, what did they teach you? Just a few things. What did they teach you?
How to investigate cases, that if I have a gut feeling, go with it. My gut feeling's usually never wrong. Just go with it until you're either proved right or you're proved wrong, and you learn. And just never give up. That you'll get a lot of crap in this job, and it's okay, but just never give up.
Tell us a little bit about Jorgensen and why she received this award.
So Natalie absolutely deserves this award. So I guess there's multiple reasons I nominated her. I've had the pleasure of working with a ton of different police officers in my career, and it's been a wonderful experience. But what sets her apart is multiple things. I mean, early on, as I was appointed chief, I realized her talent, and any big case, and that holds true to this day, that's the person I want on that case, because I know that she cares. She's very due diligent. She follows through on her investigations. She's professional, and she knows how to keep a balanced mindset. She doesn't get overly emotionally involved in the case. She can maintain professionalism, and she'll see it through from beginning to end. Aside from that, she's also extremely hardworking and dedicated to this profession. And to me, it seemed like the obvious choice. And the other thing I'm going to put out there, because I love talking about her, is she's kind of set history in our police department, and especially out here in Box Elder County. And as a female in law enforcement, she's our first canine officer and handler. That's a female, which is fantastic. She was the first female on our SWAT team, and she did a spectacular job in that. And I'm not 100% sure, but I believe she's one of the first females in our investigative unit as well. So I think she's a great example of what any officer should be in their career, but she's also an amazing example to women who want to come into this profession, because I find they bring something different and really complement the profession in a positive way.
Tremonton City saves money for road construction, and for years we have known that we needed to do something with
That's right.
1000 North, what we call Radio Hill. So Mayor, tell us a little bit about that road repair that's happening currently.
We've been working on this for many years. In fact, over the last year plus, we've been working on the idea was to widen the road, make it more safe, provide sidewalks and places for kids to walk up and down the road, ride their bicycles and all that kind of thing, but also widen the road. And all of that took a lot of effort. We had to widen the road considerably, and we had to purchase easements from the adjacent property owners. That took a lot longer than we thought it was going to take. But you're right, we've been saving for this improvement on that road for quite a few years, and now we're able to go forward and get the job done. And it's just taken a lot of time and effort and a lot of engineering to get us to this point. I don't know that it'll be done by the time school starts.
Okay.
I was hoping that, but I'm a little bit worried that we're going to maybe overlap a little bit with the I-84 project.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll have most of it done though by then.
So what are some of the challenges that the citizens have communicated?
At our last council meeting, we had several people come and express their concerns. And a lot of them had to do with, the signage on the road construction area says the road is closed. So the police department, where the road is closed, they were up there and they were issuing warnings and tickets and that kind of thing. We've kind of backed off on that and worked with the contractors. And we've got, instead of it saying just road closed, it says road closed to through traffic.
Okay.
So that kind of gives people that are there
Yes.
a way to come and go. The instruction is, and I think our police chief is in agreement that those, if there were tickets issued, if they're valid, or there's a valid reason why they shouldn't be, they shouldn't be exercised, then they will be forgiven and that kind of thing, and people will go on. We don't want to create a worse situation up there than what, people are having to go through. It is hard, and living in a construction area is stressful, and people have to come and go. They've got to have a way in and out if there's an emergency and all of those kinds of things. So we understand that, and we want to work with them and make this right. But we also understand there's people who take advantage and who drive up and down that construction zone way faster than they should. And those people, if we catch them, they'll be ticketed. Because we don't want the workers put at risk. We don't want anybody hurt. And if somebody's going up and down that road too fast, then we need to stop. They need to stop.
What is the outcome? We're going through this construction period, but what is the outcome? What is our desired goal?
Our desired goal is to have a much improved area up and down that Radio Hill. In the past, the road it started out as a dirt county road way back in the day, and then it got to this point. The county, I believe, came in and put asphalt down and everything. It was a narrow county road. What we're going to have as a result of this will be a wider, much safer, improved road that everybody will be hopefully very much appreciative of.
And you mentioned drainage.
Yes.
That there's drains being added, and so it's going to improve in that way too.
Yeah, the drainage system will take care of that, move that water off that area. But I want to reemphasize, the safety. It'll be a wider road. It'll have sidewalks. It'll have curb and gutter. It'll be a safer road for kids to come up and go down on their bicycles or walking, or people who walk. It'll be a safer place for them. They don't have to walk out in the road and have to dodge or get out of the way of cars if they come up and down the road.
Most of the time in our lives, before something can get better, sometimes we're in a period where it's a little bit miserable. It might be a little bit stressful. If you had to sum it up, Mayor, what is the best way for a citizen to communicate about things that they would like done differently?
Well, we hear a lot about transparency, and we want, people can talk to me anytime. I've always got my phone with me, and they can call and they can talk to us. We are making every effort to improve the way that we communicate with the public, this being one of the methods. And all of the things that are available to us, we'll try to get the word out so that people know what's going on. What I'm hoping to do over the balance of the time that we have the construction zone going on is to get with the foreman over there, one of the foremans, and sort of say, what have you got going on, to make sure that we can let the public know what is coming up, what they can expect maybe this week. And I hope that'll help a little bit.
I really think we're going to have some pleased citizens, and that's really the goal, is to have a safer road to travel on and have people happy about what Tremonton's offering in that way.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Mayor, let's talk for just a few minutes about September. Now, we know that there is going to be another construction piece of construction happening September 23rd, I believe, is what the estimated time is for that to start. So tell the citizens a little bit what they can maybe plan on.
The deck on the I-84 overpass is going to be replaced. So UDOT is going, they're making an effort, a concerted effort statewide to repair overpasses, and I-84 is one that needs some. If you've ever driven across it, you can see that it needs work. The process takes a fair amount of time. So what I would suggest is that people know that this is going to be happening, and that deck will be closed, that overpass will be closed to the public during the time that they're doing the construction. And what we would hope is that they would make arrangements. You know, they'll just know that, okay, if this is the way they like to go into town, they're going to need to maybe come up with a different plan. The truck traffic coming in and out of there hopefully will be rerouted, and we won't have that issue. So it's just a matter of sort of preparation for all of us. And again, the hope is that we can sort of keep in touch with with UDOT, and they will be able to give us sort of this is what we've got going on. We can let the public know, and so they can make other arrangements for their travel.
Jared Frank, the owner of Golden Spike Power Sports, what do you feel this event has done for the community and the school?
Well, overall for me, I played sports in high school, of course, at Bear River, and you know, for me, I feel like sports had such a positive impact on my life that it's important for me to want to try and give back and do what we can to help provide a great opportunity for these kids. So we love sports, and we love what it can teach kids.
And so just tell us a little bit about your company, what it is you guys offer, and why people should come check it out.
So Golden Spike Power Sports, we were formerly Golden Spike Equipment Company. My grandpa, well, it was actually my great-grandpa in 1949, I want to say. It was originally a Case tractor dealership, and it's been passed down through our family. So, you know, we've been part of this community. Community has supported us for a long time, and we've been around forever and plan on to continue being here. So we're really grateful for the community, and we've been very blessed. So we try to give back when we can.
Yeah. And obviously you guys are a big supporter of Bear River sports. You come to a football game, you see your name right there on the field. You banners, you guys are constantly mentioned as big supporters of Bear River, not only football, but all the sports. What is some of the things that you guys have been able to contribute to the high school, and what do you foresee some of the things being in the future?
So the big one, a few years back, Clay and I were talking a little bit about the opportunity to come together and find a way to turf the football field, which not only was going to benefit the football team, but lacrosse, soccer, I mean, many sports across the board. And he asked if I would help spearhead that to raise some money from the local business community, and I was all on board. I was excited about that. It was a couple years after I had bought my uncles out of the business, and Clay and I had that chance to go and help make that happen, and it's been a great thing, I think, for the community and also our business.
Honestly, this was Coach Trampus Waite's brainchild. He kind of came to me at the end of the spring and said, what do you think about it? And I said, I think it's a fabulous idea. Let's do it. And it's been great. The kids have loved it. So it's always fun to get maybe some of the sports that aren't as well attended or whatever, get them some publicity and make it a big time for them as well. So that's what volleyball was loving it, and then we got soccer coming in and golf coming in, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen something done like this. You know, at a high school where we can really showcase a lot of these sports, like you mentioned, that maybe aren't as well known or as well attended in the fall, just because of, you know, whatever for whatever reasons. But I mean, have you seen, because of an event like this, what are some things from teams that you've seen that's really stood out to you?
Yeah, no, we did kind of a mini media day in the springtime with baseball and softball, kind of just to try it. And what we saw was when we did that, our baseball team and our softball team became really good friends. and our coaches jumped on that, and the baseball team, when the softball team had a home game that they didn't have a game on, they were over there supporting, and vice versa. And I think that's what you'll see here just a little bit. Is I think obviously you've got captains from the soccer team and the football team that go, okay, this game's not as easy as maybe I thought it was to begin with, right? You get a little bit more respect for the people who are playing other sports, and it makes a big deal. I think it's good for our culture. I think it's good for our students and our other athletes to see that, hey, they work really hard just as well as we do, and I think that condones a lot of respect between the teams. So yeah, I'm hoping that's what it does, and so far that's been exactly what it's been doing. Our goal is to have as many kids involved as we possibly can. I saw a stat the other day, just in the state of Utah, there's about 167,000 students 10 through 12 in the state of Utah. 111,000 of those will play athletics.
Wow.
That's a fairly large statistic, and I think it bodes well for what people believe they can get out of athletics. So
I'm here with the volleyball team, and I just have to ask you girls that were playing, were you ever worried you were going to lose to the football team and soccer team?
Of course. Playing an indoor sport outside was even more terrifying, let alone with all the wind and having girls almost stepping on your toes, and boys.
So you guys just got done with tryouts. You guys are feeling confident in your team as captains and thinking it's going to be a lot different than last year, or about the same? What are you guys thinking?
I think it's going to be a lot different. I think we're going to have a lot more leadership this year and a lot more confidence, and I think we're going to go into it with knowing if we lose, it's okay, but we can also learn from that, and we don't need to hang our heads low when we lose.
I think this team this year has a lot of good team chemistry. We are all friends, and I think that will make a big difference in our play on the court.
Okay, and then
I just think that we love each other and that we love playing with each other. I think it's going to make a really big impact.
Yeah. They just nailed it, the cohesion. It was so fun. I mean, I've left every single practice with a big old smile on my face because they are playing for each other, and I love it. It's super fun.
That's awesome. And you are feeling very confident in this year's team. You think it'll be a lot different than that?
I know it's going to be fun. It already looks different, feels different. It's going to be fun.
Hello, I'm here with Bear River's drill coach. And Coach, what are you looking forward to this season with your team?
I think I'm really looking forward to my freshmen. I have a really, really strong freshman class, but I also have really strong seniors. The seniors that I have this year started with me as freshmen, my first year back to coaching, and so and then of course we've got some sophomores that are great and some juniors that are great, but I have a super strong senior class and freshman class, so that makes it really exciting.
That's going to be super fun. So is there anything that you really like about this year's team besides your strong freshmen, strong seniors? Is there good team chemistry? Do you think we'll do really good to compete together? What are you thinking there?
We have incredible routines this year. I'm telling other teams in our region, watch out because we're coming. We've got dance choreography done by a local, Sadie Rose, did our dance choreography, and it is phenomenal. And then another local, Andy Gardner and her sisters, they're doing our show routine, and we're going to be Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, so Pirates of the Caribbean theme?
So
that's
we're
so
really
cool.
Excited about that. And then we have a phenomenal military, this really high energy, old school 80s, 90s rock military.
That sounds super cool.
So we're excited about our routines. So we have phenomenal captains that make sure everybody's included. The girls are already going out to ice cream together, doing swim parties, all those things that you need to do behind the scenes to bond as a team. They're already doing, and I have just 4 great captains leading the way. This is the mini drill right now.
Okay.
So this is 109 little mini dancers.
Wow.
And we are so grateful for the support of the community to let these girls come and dance with us. So
that'll be great. Yeah. Future Bear River drill team coming up. That's so great, and I love that program.
We've got athletic trainer Sean Norton. Your experience on athletic training, but how long you've been with Bear River?
So I've been an athletic trainer for
14 years. I actually started out at Bear River when Teresa Cutler was here. She was the athletic trainer, and I did kind of an internship and helped out. And then I got a job and was down at Desert Hills High School for 7 years, and then came back. So this is year 6 at Bear River.
What's kind of like the procedure or protocol to make sure you're involved in taking care of these athletes?
So first of all, the best thing is being able to get out there, get it early. Sometimes athletes will wait a while to come in, and the longer they wait to talk to me, it makes the injury last a little longer. So if they can come in and tell me right away, it makes it much easier to get the injury and the ability to get it back more quickly and safely at the same time. So it's some long days, but it's actually really good. It's fun to be able to be around sports. For me, that's the best part about the job is seeing an athlete that's been injured and then actually coming back and succeeding after that we've done some rehab and stuff. So fall sports is really fun just because there's a mixture of everything. Winter sports is kind of a break for me because it's not as long a days if there's not games. And then spring sports, we have so many sports going on. It's just from one thing to another. Like we see you guys at every time I turn around, we're at some other sport with you guys there too. So.
Yeah.
Bear River golf team here at our fall sports showcase for Bear River High School. Thanks for coming with us, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, tell us your name, tell us what grade you are, how long you've been playing golf. Go ahead.
I'm Cameron Norton. I'm a senior, and I've been playing golf since I was about seven or 8.
All right, nice. Thanks, Cameron.
My name's Cully Christensen. I'm a junior. I've been playing golf basically my whole life.
My name's Brady Woodward. I'm a junior, and I've also been playing golf my whole life.
Tell us a little bit about what the upcoming season looks like for you guys. What you guys are most excited about.
I have a really good feeling about this season. We got a couple. Actually, our whole team's shooting really well, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun year. We're gonna have some good tournaments, have some fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really fun year. We got a bunch of good kids on the team, so hopefully we'll play good and make it to state.
We actually have our only home tournament coming
Monday the 19th. All right.
Yep. So that one, and then every Monday and sometimes Tuesdays.
I believe we played 13 tournaments this year.
Wow. Okay.
Something about that. I think that includes state.
We practice every day, Monday through Fridays. We'll practice for a couple hours just on the chipping and putting green. We'll go hit some range balls. And yeah, that's about it.
If you had to pick one club out of your bag that you said, all right, I'm going to have to play an entire tournament with this one club, what would that be?
I would say an 8-iron.
Not driver.
No. I'd have to say 7-iron.
7, all right.
I agree, 7-iron.
Man, that's boring, man. You got to do something fun like a putter or something like that. Only senior, right? Here with us. What's goals, plans for the senior season and onward?
For this season, I just want to play my best game and then just enjoy golfing before I have too many responsibilities.
Andy,
So Coach Haas actually got the Coach of the Year award for baseball for this last spring. It's actually a very big deal. It was a Region 7 award, which Region 7 doesn't mean our own state Region 7. It means the Region 7 of all of the states around us. So Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming. What am I missing, Don?
I believe Idaho.
Idaho, yeah, Idaho, and then Utah. So pretty prestigious award. Honestly, it's voted on by his peers. They're not voted on by local people at all. It's a national award. I think there's like 11 different ones throughout the country. So it's the first time. Well, it's only the fourth time since the early '90s that a coach from Utah has won the award. So it's a big deal. We wanted to make sure we gave a shout out to him. It's really good for our community. It's good for our baseball program. He's been a great coach for us for a long time. So congratulations, Coach Hawk.
I think it's a testament to our program, our kids. Been very blessed to have a lot of really good players, and even probably more so a real testament to our coaches, our assistant coaches. They're phenomenal. They do all the work for us. They're in the trenches with the boys. I'm lucky to be around them and kind of hopefully steer the ship the right way and organize some things over the years. But our assistant coaches and our players really deserve more of the award than I do. They're the ones that do it all.
That dance was amazing. How long did it take you guys to learn it?
Thank you. It took us 2 days. We learned it at camp. We had in June, and then we had a moratorium, so then we came back and cleaned it for like a week and a half, and then we put it out on the floor.
So as Spirit Squad captain, you do both drill and cheer, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so how is that for you, like, as an athlete that does both of those? What's the crossover like?
I think it's definitely difficult, and it takes a lot to do both. We have morning practice and after school practice, and then football games we do both half times. So it definitely is a lot on the body, but it actually is very fun to do when you look back on it, because you get to experience both things when normally you wouldn't be able to do both of them.
As you did mini drill and mini people, is that really fun, or do you sometimes get a little sick of teaching the kids stuff? What would you say?
Sometimes it's a little iffy, the girls get a little antsy while you're teaching, but it's so fun to look at the new girls and see what talent's going to replace you when you're old, and just sit and watch all the other girls perform.
That's so fun. So you're feeling like you're helping train up Bear Rivers Mother Drill.
I can say I had a part in raising those girls.
That's so fun. I love that. That's adorable. Okay, so as cheer captain, they don't do freshman drill, but with incoming sophomores, are you excited about our incoming class, or are you a little bit nervous seeing as we lost a bunch from last year?
Oh, I'm so excited. All the girls have really adjusted well to this year, and everyone loves each other, so it's a pretty good adjustment, and I love them all.
It's really exciting and it's different. Sometimes it's really scary because you're like, do I ask this question or is this common sense, But I'm really excited, and we have lots of good seniors and returners that can help us out.
That's awesome. It sounds like the team's coming together super well, which comes to you, captain. So being captain of the drill team, we talked to your coach earlier, and she said that you guys have amazing chemistry. Do you feel like that's coming together well?
Yeah, I think it's coming together pretty well.
Max Anderson, who is our senior center for the Bear River football team. Max, thanks for being with us.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, awesome. We're really looking forward to this upcoming scrimmage that we have this afternoon, as well as the entire football season. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how camp's been going so far, and what things have been like?
Camp's been going good. Just got done with 2 days this week. Lots of energy coming out of all the guys right now. Just a fun environment to be around, and just playing football all summer long, going into the fall.
I guess been your biggest takeaway? What's the biggest thing you've noticed coming out of 2 days?
Perseverance. Our coach Putnam teaches us start fast and end faster, and that's been a big emphasis, especially on this week, because 2 days, they're hard, they're hot, but hopefully we end it here good with a bang. So, well, we all know our jobs and what we're doing. I've been going varsity since sophomore year. A bunch of the guys came in last year, just a bunch of good senior dudes up there, and we know what our job is. We just got to get it done.
What's been I guess the thing that's helped you guys the most as you've tried to gel and as you tried to work together?
So as a team, we talk a lot about the concept of swing. We had a mindset guy come in from Cache Valley and talk to us about it, how each person's got to be moving in the same direction at the same pace with the same goal in mind, and that's something that we really especially want to embody like you said, as an offensive line, because we got to know and we got to trust that every guy from left tackle to right tackle is getting their job done. JT at quarterback looking fantastic. Love him coming into camp and just fired up all the time, always a ton of energy. Also watch out for Gladen Behrens. He's going to be a sophomore this year, but the man can read a hole like nobody's business. So expect him to go to the races a couple of times. We got great receiving core that put the ball in their hands and watch them go to work. So I'm excited in all areas.
So what other games are you looking forward to the most this year?
Home opener is always great. We'll have it here against Cedar. You gotta love the Spike game. You know how it is.
Yes.
Especially last year that I get to do that. And it'll be here again, which is another special opportunity. So really excited for those.
Here we are with the girls soccer team. They just wrapped up their red and white scrimmage. Seniors, juniors versus sophomore, freshmen. Let's start with you guys introducing who you are. We've got Coach Jessica Waite, but as players, who you are and what grade you are.
My name's Gracie, and I'm a senior this year.
I'm Brooklyn, and I'm also a senior. I'm JJ, I'm also a senior.
This year you guys get to do your red and white scrimmage through Media Day. You've got a good crowd here. You're all supporting every sport. Tell me what you think about that.
I personally think it's really cool. We get to see how hard all the other teams work, and we get to see what goes into it, as well as getting all the support from a bunch of different people. So I think it's really cool.
I'd say I think it's really important to build those relationships with the other teams. So I was in the captain's volleyball thing, and that was really fun because we were like joking around with the football team and smack talking the volleyball team. So it was really fun. We had really fun. So.
I think it's something that our team has really made important this year is just school spirit. I think last year we got the team together and we got to go watch them play Box Elder at Box Elder, and that was just so much fun to be able to cheer everybody on. Now that we got everybody here plus parents, I think it's just great.
A lot of these sports, they're just barely getting started, getting their team together. You guys have been at it for a while. You've had 2 games so far. You beat Cottonwood, lost to Box Elder. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, so we came out super strong against Cottonwood. I think there's just a lot of excitement this year, and the girls are ready to play, and it showed in our first game and in our game against Box Elder yesterday too. We've been preparing all summer. We've had pretty good commitment through our summer training. You know, it's not mandatory. That's something that's optional for the girls, but highly recommended because we don't have a lot of practice time before games start. And the girls really have put in so much work and really brought their best on those both 2 games. So I think next week's going to be a good week for us too.
This loss streak going against Box Elder, thought maybe this was going to be the year. You guys started out really strong, and I know you said you didn't want to make any excuses, but the weather delay probably had some impact. What was the good and the bad from yesterday's game?
I think the bad from it was obviously the loss. You know, we want to kill that losing streak clearly, but the good of it is that we found out that we can battle and push back, and we can work till the end of the game, and we can work through that full 80 minutes. I think we learned a good lesson that even when we're down 2 goals, that we can continue to push, and the game is not lost, you know, until that last whistle blows. So just good mental lessons for us that came from that game.
And so what are some games to watch? What are going to be big ones for you guys, and who are some of your players that people should watch for as well?
These 3, I think, there's a reason why I think they volunteered to interview, and why I asked the senior class if they wanted to. Our senior class this year is super strong, and I think the whole class is a good class to watch this year. They bring good experience, they bring good energy. They're just an all-around great group. And I think games to watch, Logan for sure. I think we're going to pull out wins against Logan this year. Finishing out our preseason games, I think we'll pull out a win against Granger. I think we'll pull a win out against Hunter. Hoping for a good battle against Morgan on Monday. We beat them last year, so I'm guessing it's going to be a really good game. I think that they're like Skyview we can be competitive with. I think Mountain Crest we can be competitive with. So any game you can catch, I think is going to be a good game to watch.
And then you're in your 2nd year of coaching. How's this year different than last so far?
I would say the chemistry is a little bit different. I think we had good chemistry last year, but I can see the love that these girls have for each other, and it's honestly so cool, and it makes me emotional. Like, as a coach, you just want a team that just meshes well together and just loves each other, and it makes your job so much easier because you're not always fighting those battles of we need to play for each other. You know, they already have that in them, so I can really just coach the game and not have to worry about what do I need to do to make sure that these girls love each other, it's there.
Our head football coach, Coach Waite, being able to talk a little bit about the upcoming scrimmage, the upcoming season. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're really excited to see the team showcase a little bit here in the scrimmage. How's fall camp been so far?
It's been good. We got a lot of unknowns, working their way into the starting lineup, so it's been good to try to figure out who we are, identity-wise. So, we got some big shoes to fill, so we're trying to fill them this fall.
Sounds like on the offensive side of the ball, the offensive line is returning a lot of stars, a lot of experience. What can you tell us a little bit about any of the other skill positions and what can we expect from those areas?
Yeah, no, I think everything was accelerated with that O-line. You know better than anybody. You got to have that unit gelled. So that was nice to have those guys back and understand what's going on, and especially with the new quarterback, Jackson Tyre coming in and taking over the ropes of the offense. He's done an awesome job leadership-wise, play-wise. He has some different talents that the guys in the past haven't had, so that'll be nice to showcase. And I think we can spread the ball around a lot. We got some really good runners with Ty Jones and Dallin Rice and Gladen Barons, and we got a lot of guys that we can throw to as well. Some sophomores stepping up, and they're going to be names for us for the next 3 years, so it'll be good. With us kind of going with the platoon style, it's been interesting to go ones versus ones in camp, and so it's been highly competitive, and those guys get after it, and we got some unknowns in the back end, and some young guys working in, but I really like our box with Ty Jones in the middle anchoring that, and we got some big bodies with Brecken Haynes and Brady Payne, and so I really like where we're at, and we do some confusing things, and so I think we're gonna cause a lot of fits for teams in the fall.
What can you tell us about you personally and where the program's at year 3?
Yeah, I think I've kept harping on just improvement every year. We got to keep climbing to the next step, and last year our big step was winning a playoff game, getting to the playoffs, and we were able to accomplish that even with how things were going towards the end of the year. We were kind of on a losing streak, and really showed the resiliency of that last year team to win that game at Spanish Fork and move to the second round. And I told our kids, we've built a good groundwork for our program, and now we got to take a bigger step this year. So we got high aspirations. We're looking at competing in region. We're looking at trying to get a home playoff game at Bear River, and those are the kind of the goals that we're looking to as a team. So every week is a challenge. Obviously, Cedar Valley is going to come ready to go. Box Elder's always a big old rivalry, and we got a big road trip to Burley, Idaho. That's going to be an interesting trip. I don't think we've ever faced off against them, and this region will be interesting this year because we have a region game with Mountain Crest, and then we have a non-region game, so it'll be kind of different this year. But the region's up in the air too. There's a lot of unknowns with that, and
sure.
Guys like teams like Ridgeline and Skyview are obviously going to be back, and Green Canyon, and so it's going to be highly competitive, and I don't think we can not circle a single game on there. You know what
sure,
I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
It's a full slate for sure. I came in with about 60-something guys, and now we're up to 95, and so we got to continue to grow over that 100 point to be able to compete in 4A, in my mind. And so I think the community just needs to keep buying in like they have been. They've been awesome. They've been supportive, and we have awesome kids. We have great kids that work hard, and they're going to continue to do that. So I think the community has to do the same. I think the bottom line is football can help you be more than just a football player, right? So it helps you be a better athlete. It teaches you different things. And like I told all the kids that kind of came out for the first time this year, I don't care if football is your first sport or first love. It's an experience. It's something different, and you've played football at all levels. It's being a part of something bigger than yourself, and it's special. You got to get all 22 guys on the same page, and that's a hard thing to do.
With some of the freshmen that run cross country, and we're just going to recap over it. So you guys just got done with camp. How was that? What was the experience for you guys?
It was difficult. We did lots of running, of course, but it was really difficult. It hurt really bad.
But
it was fun.
It was pretty tough, but it was good for us. We got a lot of hill training in. We got about 25 miles in 3 days. So it's going to be good for us in the season.
That is really good. So I run cross country too. I'm on the girls team, and we're just doing a lot of base training for summer and stuff. How is the boys' experience with that?
It's a lot different, I feel like. With the boys varsity team, we've been training about each day, like 6 to 8 miles. So it really just depends on what group you're running with. But at least at cross country camp, we're running a lot more hills than the girls were, but it really just depends.
Yeah, lots of hills.
That was a jab. So I'm really happy for you guys, and I love running with the boys. I think it's fun. I think it challenges us. At least for me, the girls were able to make it to us today, and the coach got called out to work. But the girls are doing a lot of the same stuff, and I'm sure they definitely outran the boys.
I don't know about that.
But
Yeah.
So, Coach, you just finished tryouts and getting your team together. How are you feeling about this year's team?
I'm feeling really excited. I have a lot of girls that are really excited to start learning more advantages to maybe not necessarily being the best of the best, but having more strategic plays. Instead of just your typical doubles that you have one person up, one person back, and you slowly work your way up to the net, we're gonna do some more moving. So when you're watching them, they're gonna be, as their partner serves, you'll see them crisscross through the court a lot more. My singles, I'm trying to get them a little more aggressive and getting them moving up to the net to kind of see if we can get some wins that way too.
That's so exciting. So are you guys doubles or singles?
We're doubles. We're actually doubles partners.
Oh, that's so fun. So you guys obviously have like a great chemistry together, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. And have you guys played together before?
We have not. No, I actually played singles last year, so it's all
Okay.
kind of new to me. But
That's so fun. Have you played before?
I've played doubles before. We're new doubles partners this year.
So as new doubles partners, I'm not a tennis person, but like how would you say you work together as a team? Like what's different than singles for you?
you really have to work together, like calling ins or outs, and like you really have to put trust in your partner to make sure that you trust them up in the net or you trust them in your serves and everything.
And what would you say you like most about doubles?
I really like the offensive aspect of it, where you can have someone just completely put the point away once you hit the volley at the net. I really like how we work together. I feel like we're really strong and powerful in our just getting the point put away.
I'm really excited. I think you guys have got this down. But obviously, so you guys and your coach have like a great chemistry. Would you say that's the same thing for the whole team?
Yeah, I think we really bond super well. All the girls, like I think we just all love being together.
The SALT program that
Yeah.
goes on now here at Bear River High School.
Yeah, so SALT is our student athlete leadership team. Right now we got about 60 kids. This is the second year we've done it. Each sport gets to nominate as many players as they want to come in and be part of it. It's really a leadership training ground for us. I have about 6 of our coaches that come in and help us. We get some guest speakers that come in. Last year, Bronson Kafusi came in and did our boot camp for us. This year, especially for athletes, it's called E4A.
Yep.
And one of their main guys came in and talked to us. Shad did a great job. He talked to our students about competing without contempt and the importance of the sport light, meaning that as an athlete, whether fair or not, sometimes things seem bigger because you're an athlete. Whether if you're doing something wrong, it's always a bigger deal. If you're doing something right, it's always a bigger deal. And so to use your sports light as a student athlete to do something good. We had a sports psychologist come in from the University of Utah and talk to him about playing with confidence. This year we'll do a book study from a company called Proactive Coaching. They have a book called 7 Ways to Lead Your Team. Wow. So we'll go through that with all those guys. We meet twice a month, and it's been so far we've had a lot of good feedback with it. The idea is that also they're gonna become service leaders in our school too. It's been a really good, just a general place for kids to come in and learn some leadership skills, and an area for us to be able to bring some people in that we normally wouldn't see in our school. We talk with our coaches a lot about be intentional. Athletics is an outstanding vehicle for things like learning how to delay gratification, setting goals, teamwork, collaboration, grit, resilience, growth mindset. It is an I don't know that there is a better vehicle for learning all those things, but it's not going to happen without intentionality there. Mm-hmm. It just isn't. We have to be intentional about teaching our kids what to look for in those situations, and then making sure that they see it and that they recognize that, okay, that's what they're talking about when they talk about some of those things, and then learning those skills. There's 111,000 kids that play something high school athletics in the state of Utah. 7% of those are going to go on. Now that includes junior college, that includes D3, D2, D1, NAIA schools, all of that. And so really, if all we're doing is having athletics just for scholarships, then we're failing miserably.
Yeah.
But if we're having athletics to be a vehicle where kids can learn, and not just learn, but where they can fail, and fail with support.
Yeah.
and fail with people that love them and care about them and can put their arms around them and say, hey, look, we didn't do what we were supposed to do right there, but let's get better.
Right.
And let's take this back into the weight room if that needs to be, or in the practice facility, or whatever we need to do, and let's get better. Then we're teaching kids skills for life, and I'm just a huge advocate that there is no better vehicle for that than sports. If we're intentional about it, and if we do what we're supposed to do as a staff, to make sure that our kids get that. So there's two things that you have a great program, right? Number one is that you reach your potential and you have no regrets. At the end of the season, you can look each other in the face and say, hey, we left everything we had out there, regardless of what the score was. Let's be honest, 99% of all teams lose their last game of the season. And yeah, would we like to be hanging up banners? Absolutely. If we're going to play the game, we want to win, right? Yeah. But the reality is we have to be able to say, okay, what was our potential? Did we live up to that? Do we have no regrets? And then the second thing that we preach about that is, are they friends for life? Is that group of kids, did they come together enough that 20 years down the road, when someone needs somebody, they can make a phone call, and 10 of those guys will be there at their doorstep to help out. Sometimes those are rare, but we're working for them. And I think that our coaches do a good job of trying to make sure that those two things get put in play. Huge shout out to our community. Our community is amazing. I mean, first of all, you look around, we have the turf field that we have was paid for. Half of that was paid for by private donations from our community, our field was just shy of $900,000. So, get on your horse.
Yeah, well, we've been sitting here flapping our gums. There is a football game going on.
There's some good stuff going on, but again, just to say thank you to our sponsors here. I mean, and not only those people that helped us get the turf, but you look around at our banners and stuff around here. We have the Central Booster Club that's a huge part of our athletics and our school, and we just have amazing people that have businesses that are willing to put monetary donations into the school, and that is reflected in our kids and the type of things that they're able to do. We have a motto, make the big time now, make it here. There's no reason why we can't be just as good as anybody else.
Yeah.
And our community really supports that. And so again, I have nothing but love for our community. Obviously, you and I are from here. We know what this community's like. And again, shout out to our parents that have developed some of those things in kids. We have a lot of parents that are volunteer Little League coaches all over the place, and they're putting their time and effort in to try to build a program as these kids come through. So, we appreciate all that. And hopefully that's a product that they see on the field and in the classroom as well. So.
There's a shot, high one, brought down here by Brooklyn Pond. All being chased out of the far side. There's a shot and pin it against by Roberts. And another block here by Brooklyn. There's a shot, high one, brought down here by Brooklyn Pond. Back over the middle, there's a one-touch blocked away by Roberts. We'll set up a pass into the middle, but again, led too far. Brooklyn Pond gets down on it. On the corner, Pond able to pick. Another defender winds up a shot and finds it in. Takes a shutout away from. On a breakaway, here's a shot. Pond with a block.
So we had a really strong start to the game. It was really good, and then 3 minutes in, we had a rain delay. Do you think that had anything to do with our momentum game, or what?
I would say yeah, it probably affected our momentum. But I would say that it's not an excuse, because at that point in time, we see how they came out and play, right? And then we start the game again, and then we're on our heels. I do think it definitely affects the mental side of it, though, so it is what it is.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Okay, so we had Gracie Meads with the amazing goal, and we had Brooklyn Pond make some amazing saves. The whole team is looking really great. Was there anything you specifically loved on offense?
I would say when we were composed on the ball and we could connect multiple passes, I'd say that's our style of soccer. And the glimpses of that we saw today, I hope that we reflect further in the season, and I'm really proud of them for being able to do that.
LB, she was killing it. Was there anything that you specifically loved other than that on defense?
I would say communication. I think they worked really well together. There were times they were getting frustrated with some marks in the midfield, but I think they were able to talk through it, which is really helpful for us. And then honestly, Livia Meads is just killer back there. We can put her anywhere. We changed her from center back to outside back, and she did just as well there. So we just have a really strong defensive line.
Yes, the team was looking really good. I really liked watching it and filming it. It was so fun. So there at the end, there was a lot of confusion. Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, so if you could see on the far side, the AR was waving his flag, so that indicated a foul. But the center ref called it off, saying that he didn't agree with that, saying it was a 50-50 ball. But there was some, I'd say, controversy too, because I saw 2 fouls. And when I talked to the center ref about it, he said that he didn't see the second one, and he thought the first foul was fair, which is kind of frustrating, especially when the rules talk about like denial of goal scoring opportunities or like stoppage of a promising attack, things like that. And honestly, the refs kind of like harp on those things, but then when they don't happen in game, or when they happen in games, they're not calling them like they should be. So I found that really frustrating, but nothing we can control. It is what it is.
Tune in next week for more Talk of the Town.